Trees are like people. Every one of them is different. Sometimes they just don't react the way you want them to react. Sometimes you feel like you've done everything right for it, but it's not giving you the right response. Trees can be pretty stubborn sometimes. Bonsai is about scale and negative space. We can't achieve that miniature, powerful look without giving it the negative space it requires. Bonsai is definitely a form of storytelling. My name is Stephen Yin. I'm a bonsai artist. I moved to New Zealand when I was 11 years old. I moved here with my family. I felt like I had the responsibility to contribute to the family, especially I seen my mom and dad working so hard. Yeah, if you could grab it from this side here.
Both of us?
Both of you. When I was in college, I saw my first bonsai tree. It had a little tag on it that said it was New Zealand native. It was a Karokia. It wasn't for sale, but I convinced them to sell it to me. Sometimes we find the best trees when we're not looking for it. Oh, thanks, guys. Could you put it in the end, please?
Sure.
Thank you. My business is Mini Gardens Bonsai. I run the nursery with my mum, and I now have 5,000 plus trees growing in my backyard. Before that, I kept bonsai to myself for many years. Hey, pumpkin. Bonsai is a Japanese term. It means a potted tree. The idea of bonsai is to mimic trees in nature in a miniature form. Bonsai derived from the Chinese art form pinjing. Pinjing is about more than just the tree. It's about building a poetic scene with rocks, moss, and other elements. In bonsai practice, every design decision we make is not only aesthetic, but functional. By positioning the branch into an area where it can get sunlight using wires, it increases the aesthetic of the tree, but also the functionality of that branch. Wires are not permanent. You only use that to set the branches. When it's done its job, usually within 3 to 4 months, you can take the wires off. Working on trees just frees my mind. I grow bonsai trees expecting every one of them to outlive me. You have to have that vision for them. God created trees in nature. In bonsai, we play that God. We look at it from above. We look at a tree in a miniature form. We never really own bonsai. We're just custodians of them. We're caretakers. Something to look after is really good for the mind and the soul. It makes me feel better as a person. With 5,000 trees comes with 5,000 problems. There's fertilizing, there's watering, and there's a lot of weeding. There's actually a lot of behind-the-scene work. Having my mom there to help me with those jobs, it really made my job easier.
换个环境，在这个就是到他这边这个花园里来做这些事，虽然辛苦，但是心里的还是很高兴的。
刚开始的时候是有些东西也是对我妈的要求挺高的，但是后来发现其实更放松一点，就是效果会好一点。
有的时候就是碰到问题了，这个东西也不能说谁对谁错，对，只是人的眼光、人的审美不一样。
意见经常有不同的。
对，
对啊，因为
有的时候还很不开心，闹的。
经常会为一些小事，就是辩论吧。但是，还好，最后还是要听我的。
对，因为你是主角嘛。
My parents are from a different generation. My dad couldn't understand why I wanted to step away from a full-time job and create a new career for myself. The trigger was definitely my dad getting sick. My dad battled with cancer for about 6 years. If I was working 40 hours a week while my dad is sitting home wanting me to be there for him, I can't do that. Bonsai was the first choice because I was already doing it on the side. It really helped me push to that final decision that I'm going to try this. There was probably a year or two that every day after work, we'll go to mum and dad's place for dinner. My mum always cooked for us, and at night I was packing trees so I can send it off the next day. That's how my days went, pretty much 7 days a week for about 2 years. The thing is that even though I'm not sitting in front of my dad all the time, I'm at his place, in his garage, working on my own project, just so he feels like I'm close by. I always wanted my dad to see me running the bonsai nursery successfully as a full-time job, and it didn't really happen until after my dad passed away, unfortunately. I really wish that I could have done it just a little bit quicker. But towards the end of his life, he was seeing that Mini Garden was growing very well. I'm sure he knew that it was going to be a successful one. Hi everyone, thank you very much for being here today. My name is Stephen. I run Mini Gardens Bonsai. I think bonsai had different meanings to me at different stages in life. From a hobby to a business, to me now it is a responsibility. So these trees make the perfect cascade trees. So if you want something that kind of goes down, it's very hard for me to say, there's only one way to do it. So that's why I lean more towards guiding people how to explore things on their own. Some people think there's only one way to do bonsai, but I strongly disagree with that. You follow the basic steps to a point. Everyone's story that they're trying to tell throughout the tree is different. We all see nature differently.
And everybody, oh sorry, one more.
I wish my dad's still around so he can see what I've achieved and how everything worked out the way I planned. Thanks for coming to my show, everyone. It's a very special day for me. I'm just happy that my parents are my parents. The way they've supported me throughout this whole journey, I don't think anyone could have done it any better. My mom, she's always been there to support me, and my wife as well. I really appreciate your time tonight. There is definitely a bonsai culture in New Zealand. We just have to find ways that we appreciate it and apply it to our daily life. Bonsai taught me a lot about nature. It changed the way I look at life as well. I think bonsai is definitely going to be there for the rest of my life.